Hey guys, what's going on? Today we're going to take a look at the Fenix E11 Flashlight. This is a really cool new light from Fenix. It takes one AA battery and it has two output modes. It's got one for 105 lumens, which is the high, and then a low with 32 lumens. Now the cool thing about this light that you can see right up front is how small it is. Now in reference to my hand, you can kind of get an idea for the form factor and the size. But what's so unique about this light, which you don't get in lights this size, is momentary on and momentary off. The push button on the tail cap allows you to momentary on or to actually click and hold and the light will stay on. But just momentary on, you just tap it with your finger and don't click it and the beam still works, turns the light on. It's kind of a cool feature that you don't find, for one, in lights in this price range or in this size. Now it comes with a nice lanyard. Fenix usually does that with their lights. You can see the size of it. It's about twice the size of the light, which is pretty useful in my opinion, and it helps the light from rolling around if you set it down on the lanyard. Otherwise it rolls around on a flat surface. The knurling is really nice on this light. It kind of reminds me of the old Innova T series. I used to have the Innova T1, and the knurling was really similar. It's really grippy, and it works really well, in my opinion. Now I'm going to roll in some beam shots just to kind of give you guys an idea of how bright the light is. Some indoor beam shots, because it's not too dark outside right now, but I just did this in my garage, and I'm going to go ahead and compare it to the Quark Mini 123 flashlight, which is obviously a lot brighter. And that's the R5 version that I was testing, but just to kind of give you an idea of what the beam looks like and how much light it puts out. Now, as you can see, the Mini 123 is slightly brighter, but not by that far of a stretch, even though the specs tell you that the Mini 123's got 205 lumens, I believe, or around 190, somewhere around there, and the Fenix E11 puts out 105. But still, you can see that they're slightly close as far as output. And now the difference between the Mini 123 and the E11 is the operation. On the Mini 123, you've got several modes, but you operate it by twisting the head of the flashlight, as opposed to having a activation switch in the tail cap. Now, different strokes for different folks. Not everyone likes the tail cap switch. Some people like the twist on and off. Me personally, if I can have all my lights have a tail cap switch button, I'd choose that. Now, some complaints people have had about this light, there haven't been a lot of reviews on it. In fact, I think there's only one on YouTube, is that the beam is not exactly centered, or the LED emitter isn't completely centered, so the beam looks not completely asymmetrical or round when you shine it on the wall. I haven't found that with this one. This one I ordered from a store online. I'll go ahead and annotate the name because I forget it now. I think it was Aimcom Tactical. But anyways, this is a brand new one, wasn't sent back to Fenix or anything, and I find that the beam's perfectly centered. It's got a nice round shape to it. Now, if I was to compare it to the Quark Mini 123, I'll go ahead and turn that one on high. You can see that it does have a cleaner beam for the most part, at least the center hotspot. Actually, that one's on medium. Let me go to high. There we go, on high. The Mini 123 is on the right, and the E11 is on the left. But still, they're pretty close as far as the beam shape and how little artifacts there are. Obviously, the optics are a lot different on the Mini 123. It has a light orange peel reflector, and it's obviously very different on the E11. I'm not too sure on that, but with the E11, you can use several different kinds of batteries. You can use the AA alkalines. You can use the NIM batteries, and you can also use the lithium primary batteries, which is a great idea for me because I have tons of all those batteries lying around. Now, for those that are skeptical about the beam pattern, and there have been some reports that it is off-center, the emitter is off-center, and it kind of messes up the beam to where there's artifacts in it, and it's not a complete round shape. This might not be the light for you flashlight enthusiasts that really care about that. But for someone that's just looking to pick up a really great flashlight for the $25 price range you'll get it for, I think this would be a great light. It illuminates what you're looking at. I find it to be pretty useful up to about, I'd say, somewhere around 10 to 15 yards. Now, you can shine it a little bit further in complete darkness, but for a light that only puts out 105 lumens, I don't see that in the scope of use for this light. You know, in complete darkness, you might be able to see past that, but I'd say around 15 yards is what you're gonna. That's the most effective range you're gonna use this flashlight in. I think it's a great walking light. It's a great keep in your truck light, or an emergency survival type kit, or a home kit for a disaster or emergency. And that's what I would recommend it for. It's at a great price range to where, you know, if you were going to pick up a mag light, a 2D or a 4D LED mag light, this is going to be around the same price, or it's going to be slightly cheaper. You're going to get similar output in a really compact size and able to use multiple batteries. A great flashlight maker, Fenix, and I would definitely recommend this one if you guys are looking for a high value everyday carry or emergency flashlight. Thanks for watching, guys.